Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the Capcom Showcase.
That's the same thing I wanted to say. Welcome to the Capcom Showcase.
Started, we'd like to share that June 11th, 2023 marked
almost
Capcom's
at
40th
time.
anniversary.
In time.
A big thanks to everyone for playing our games. It's thanks to our amazing fans.
Yeah,
that
Street Fighter, I
celebrate
played
such a
this and
milestone.
other stuff.
We look forward to creating many more games in the years to come.
Debutas here, welcome,
We
nice
hope
to see
that
you.
you'll continue to enjoy them. Now it's time to show off our latest titles at the Capcom Showcase.
Yeah.
Stay
Show us
tuned
the
until
latest
the end
titles.
so you don't miss anything. Let's take a look
Hey,
at this
Debutas,
video.
thank you for your sub, man. Man, much appreciated. Can't talk. Woo! He writes. This is a new game that we have seen at the Xbox, whatever it was called, showcase. I need to catch my breath here. I need to get something to drink really fast. I made it in time though. I should have switched the stream on already and then went to get something to drink. It would have been smarter this instead of waiting till it starts, but... So what do we expect from the Capcom Showcase? This game here, learn more about it, what's the story behind it or so. Then, Dragon's Dogma 2, I think, or whatever part it is. I'm not into Dragon's Dogma, so no clue about this, but I heard people are excited about this. Maybe I look forward to the DLC for Capcom's Resident Evil 4 remake, which might feature the perspective of Ada. That would be pretty nice to see. And maybe, I don't know, what else do they have? More Street Fighter stuff would be great. So it just came out, I don't expect it, to be honest. Maybe a first DLC character showcase or something like this. Then... Chat, what? Help me out. Monster Hunter, maybe something? Monster something? I don't know. Pragmata? I think it's made by Capcom. We haven't heard about this game in some time. So these are the games that I would expect. Oh, sound is good. Path of the Goddess. This was shown. Yep, sound is good. I can't talk, chat. I just ate a lot and now I'm tired.
Traditional Japanese aesthetics come to life through the power of RE Engine. Experience a unique blend of strategy and action in this epic tale. A beautiful yet unsettling world of mystery awaits in Kunitsu
Unsettling is a good description,
Path of the Goddess.
They look a bit like the
Series
Keybaord
Xbox
StarCraft circlings.
Windows,
I said this last time already.
5, and Steam.
Maybe I'll show this here, the Keybaord stuff in a moment.
Mega Man X Dive Offline is coming to Steam, iOS, and Android.
Dive Offline, okay. World premiere. What is Dive Offline? Is this a collection? The Mega Man X collection? Is this the new Mega Man X?
Collected memories of the Mega Man X series is under attack. Dive into cyberspace using hunter programs to recover data before it's too late. Play as Mega Man X and other characters from the Mega Man franchise, including characters that haven't been playable before. Level up your favorite characters and equipment to create a powerful hunter. Power up your weapons and more to customize your character however you want. Mega Man X Dive Offline.
Yeah, let's dive offline.
Control and develop over 100 different characters. Play as a variety of characters, including new heroes created for Mega Man X Dive. Complete stages and use element metals to recover memory pieces.
Yeah.
Then analyze recovered memories to unlock characters.
Capcom! Don't show us mobile stuff.
There are more than 900 stages to play. Challenging mechanics and enemies await on classic and new stages. You're bound to clash with familiar bosses from the past. Build the ultimate hunter and save the deep log from total destruction.
Okay. Total destruction. Yeah, Zero is also there. I mean, of course he is.
Mega Man X Dive Offline launches in 2023.
It also comes to Steam though.
Now, here's the Capcom Spotlight Corner.
That means Street
Fighter.
Fighter.
Fighting games is upon us. Street Fighter 6 launched on June 2nd. It's already received an enthusiastic welcome from fighting game fans around the world.
And Sword.
Street Fighter 6 includes World Tour, an expansive single-player story mode.
It's really good though.
Fighting
I
Ground,
can't recommend
the
it
core fighting
enough.
game experience made even more accessible. And Battle Hub, a social space where players from around the world can compete.
I like that
and
the
hang out.
social space
These are the
Battle Hub
game's
stuff
three
is
main
completely
modes.
optional. And its
In
current
addition,
form actually
we're
not
planning
bad
to
and a cool
release new
feature.
fighters and content, so you can enjoy the game for a long
Yeah,
time
Kuma
to come.
will be coming. I don't know why Ed is coming. Is he so popular? I'm not sure. I
Street
forgot
Fighter
the other
6
character
is out
name.
now for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X,
Let me
Xbox Series
just
S,
check on
and
the other
Steam.
on the
These are the don't
second
miss it.
screen. Aki, whoever that is, comes. Is I think a new
We
character,
also have
maybe
an
not. I'm not sure.
announcement for
And
Capcom
Rashid
Pro
from
Tour
Street Fighter 5. He was new in 5.
This year's Capcom Pro Tour will feature Street Fighter 6, the newest entry in the series. Players from around the world will compete in regional matches and battle
gets
to
really
be this
salty.
year's champion. To celebrate the launch of Street Fighter 6, this year we have our largest prize pool
Item, I
ever.
think, was the guy we
The
saw
total
there.
prize
the
pool for
Asian dude.
Capcom Pro Tour is over $2 million, with $1 million going to first place.
Not bad.
Capcom Pro Tour 2023
Item,
will feature
I thought-
3
was
types
the
of
other player?
tournaments: online premieres, offline premieres, and World Warrior. The winners of each tournament will advance to the World Finals at Capcom Cup 10. Stay tuned to see which player will crush the competition and take home this year's championship.
Zen.
Next, we have news about Street Fighter League Pro JP 2023. In Street Fighter League, the world's top players form teams of 4 and compete in official
Then I don't
Capcom
know
Team
really.
League matches. We have the largest number of teams ever. The opening match will be held on July 7th and will be streamed live on the Capcom Fighters JP channel on YouTube and Twitch. Don't forget about the Street Fighter League World Championship 2023. The US and European leagues will determine the teams that will go on to compete in the World Championship. Get up close and personal with Resident Evil 4 on PlayStation 5. The game's
Okay,
main
Street Fighter
story
4.
will be playable in VR with PlayStation VR 2.
We know this already.
Thanks to the power of PlayStation VR 2, you'll be able to experience an even more immersive
Yeah, that's the
version
Capcom
of the
Cup.
game.
They put in, like, to keep,
Take aim as
I
you
guess
fight to survive.
the top spot
RE4's
of being the
cutting-edge
top
knife
fighting
action
game.
is a core
They have
part of the
to
game.
establish
And the
these
PlayStation
things. And
VR
Street Fighter is
controller
one of the
makes
biggest
carrying
fighting
even
games with
more
Tekken
intuitive.
and currently and Smash Brothers.
Experience extreme survival horror firsthand.
Like other fighting games are more
Resident
niche.
Evil 4 VR mode is a free DLC exclusive to PlayStation VR 2.
Let me play on Steam. Yeah, that would be great. But yeah.
Now on to the next game in today's lineup.
Now I'm curious. Also, I want to point out, Ubisoft showed a lot of gameplay that I liked.
Up you go. Sorry, kiddo. Still got a ways to go.
Okay, it's kind of funny. Very sorry. 2022 to question mark. Very sorry. Okay, it seems like Yana is some super powerful entity or so, and has to be protected by this in the child's body and has to be protected by this other guy. Interesting. So there's Pragmata, no release date. They said 2023. Nope. To all our expectant fans, it is with a heavy heart that we must further postpone the release of Pragmata. Our team is currently hard at work making the best game that we possibly can, but we need more time. I also need more time to read this.
It's almost time for Ghost Trick. Here's the latest on the
Let me see on the second screen if I can pause it.
Hello everyone, I'm Shu Takumi, the original creator of Ghost Trick. It's almost time for the game's release.
That we possibly can, but we need more time. We will continue to do our best to ensure that the final product is one that is worthy of our of your patience. Thank you for your continued support, the Pragmata development team. French game. Wait, Ghost Trick is, I think, a fairly popular franchise, isn't it?
The story
On,
says a
wasn't it big on Nintendo DS or something?
In the course of solving his own murder, he will meet and change the lives of all sorts of people
I guess
in
he
all
speaks
sorts
English.
of situations. Things may seem unrelated at first, but each person plays a vital role in his story. And together, their stories will lead him to one ultimate truth. So think of the demo as a doorway, inviting you into a great big mystery.
Like how he's lying there.
It's been 30 years since we made the original game. And just like Cecil, I met many new people, and there were many miracles that occurred during its development. I have no doubt these experiences are what shaped Ghost Trick into the unforgettable game it is. To the team that lovingly ported this game, and all the fans who have shown so much love towards it, I'm so grateful to all of you. I'm thrilled that through this rebirth,
Ghost Trick Phantom Detective was 2010 for the Nintendo DS, as said. It's also on iOS, it seems.
And one more thing. I
In 2023,
very hard for 2 weeks for this appearance.
in this month,
should
it
be
comes
Sunday.
for
It will make me
Switch,
very
PlayStation
happy
4,
if
Windows,
it
and
could
Xbox
speak in
One.
Japanese.
What? What is with current gen? I'm confused, Church. I hope, chat, you are doing well.
From the creator of the Ace Attorney series, Shu Takumi, this classic mystery game is being reborn. One night, a man named Cecil loses both his memory and his life. Using the powers of the dead, he tries to solve the mystery of his own death. The only clue he has is a red-headed detective. A night of mystery begins anew. A rookie detective, brimming with a sense of justice. She too is being targeted, and Cecil witnesses her death. Who was I? Why was I killed? Who killed me? And what does it mean that I was given these powers of the dead? Use the powers of the dead to possess and trick items. The controls are easy. Connect Cecil's glowing blue soul to the core of objects to possess them. Possess the tire. Possess the bowl. Possess the star ornament. You can then trick the objects you possess. Trick the guitar to play it. What will happen when you trick the cart? Trick the door to open it. Possessing and tricking objects will let you access new areas. Cecil can go back 4 minutes before someone's death. What happened before her murder? Those clues are hidden in the past. Follow past events in real time. The limit, however, is 4 minutes. Help people avoid near-death predicaments and change their fates. Cecil will face death in many forms. Changing their fates will change the story. And that story must be linked in some way to the mystery of Sissel's death. Ghost Trick, launching on June 30th, 2023. Demo version available now. Don't miss the pre-order bonuses. See the official website for details.
Hey for typing it so much. You have COVID? Oh no. I hope you get well soon, man.
Now on to the next game in today's lineup.
I'm curious. They don't even name it. World premiere.
Objection!
Okay. Objection!
In Ace Attorney, players serve as lawyers for the falsely accused. Battle for justice in the courtroom and uncover the truth. Now, the 4th, 5th, and 6th mainline Ace Attorney games are being brought together to share the story of Apollo Justice and his allies in the dark age of the law.
Had the stream muted in the
On
background.
Nintendo
What did I
Switch,
miss so far?
PlayStation 4,
They
Xbox
showed...
One, Windows, and Steam.
They said that
The
Pragmata
colorful
is
characters
delayed,
and
showed a
courtroom
little
drama
bit of
each
it,
game have been
but it's not
relitigated
clear when
in
it come out. I
beautiful
assume next
full
year
HD.
or something like this. They
Available
will
in
delay
7
it.
languages: Japanese, English, French, German, Korean,
German?
traditional and simplified Chinese. We've also added voice recordings for the new languages.
They showed a little bit of the
We're
trailer
sure there's
again
no
of what
objection
was it
to everything
called?
included in this collection. Apollo Justice,
Something
Ace
with God,
Attorney
Path of
Trilogy
the
is
Goddess, I
currently in
think was
development
it
for
was
release
called.
in
That they
early
showed
2024.
a little bit, but not
Please
much.
look forward to more information about
So,
this
so far you
collection
haven't
in the
missed
future.
much. And a Steam and mobile game with Mega Man stuff in it. So if you're huge into Mega Man,
Next,
then
we
we
have
had
some Capcom news
Ghost
to
Trick
share.
something, and now we saw
This month marks
Ace
Capcom's
Attorney,
40th anniversary.
Apollo Justice.
As part of the celebration, we've opened a digital theme park called Capcom Town. Take a stroll through the museum to view original artwork and other materials from various titles on display. You can even play a few of Capcom's beloved classics for free.
Nice. Oh, Street
Head on
Fighter
over
too.
to the castle to cast your vote in the Capcom elections.
And currently in the background, I tried to
Participants
find
will receive a
something
special reward, so
that
don't
I've
miss
seen a
out.
long time ago, but haven't heard about ever since.
We can't wait for everyone to enjoy these attractions, along with the many other fun experiences we've prepared at A Capcom ID account is required to play Resident Evil RE-Verse, our new upcoming title Exoprimal, and to use the online features of Street Fighter 6. You can also use this account with other Capcom services and campaigns, such as a survey about today's Capcom showcase. We'll release more titles and services compatible with Capcom ID soon. Register now for Capcom ID. Now for the latest on
Oh, Andres
Exoprimal
is here.
ahead of
Welcome. Nice
next
to
month's
see you.
launch.
I'm here for Resident Evil. Yeah, I hope we will see the DLC. I can
Hello,
promise.
everyone.
Currently, we are
I'm
at
Takumo Hidoka,
Exoprimal.
the director of Exoprimal. I'm excited to
Hidoka.
share the
That's
latest
cool name.
Exoprimal news with you all. But first, let's check out this video.
I have no clue about Exoprimal, but I know that there's a Street Fighter crossover with Exoprimal.
Activity on this frequency. Hello? My name is Garrett Siles.
Basically, the IB's godfather. He was responsible for the entire Exosuit project.
You know, Anchor Division, I assume?
Exosuits were developed right here.
I need exosuits. It's our only shot. We need access to the past. All my R&D is just waiting to be picked up back in 2040. Intact and hot off the presses. The access codes to override Leviathan. You can shut it down. The whole thing.
Hyzol.
The fuel of the future.
All this time, Hyzol is a side effect of time travel? Did they just juice it out of dead dinosaurs?
At least we know why dinosaurs bleed blood. Lozol. Unrefined Lozol in the blood. A Neosol. I mean, look at this. It's a walking glove of stuff.
This. We'll find a way out of here. All Anchor project files have serial numbers. Look for anything starting with 181. That's the project code for Leviathan's core.
Okay, Doc.
Oh, gentlemen, I didn't get your names.
Gollum, the Hammerheads.
Well done. You fought desperately and survived. The perfect exosuit development project is nearing fruition. Activating Massacre Module, summoning Neo T-Rex Swarm.
This is all helping to make a better exosuit.
Good hunting, Ace.
Presenting my most exciting combat project, the Savage Gauntlet.
Okay.
What did you think?
I
That
have
was
no
a
clue.
lot
Not
of
my
new
cup of tea, I have to admit.
Before we dive in, I'd like to give a huge thanks to all the players who participated in the open beta test back in March. We were extremely pleased to have so many participants. Plus, you gave us a lot of invaluable feedback. We can't thank you enough. While only portions of the Dino Survival content were made available for the open beta test, today we'll be introducing more content included in the full game. Let's take a look at what you can expect when Exoprimal launches on July 14th. Let's start with the story. Ace, the game's protagonist, is transported to the year 2040 and forced to participate in a never-ending series of war games. The story unfolds as you play through Dino Survival, the game's main mode. Gathering intel to update the analysis map unravels the mysteries surrounding parallel worlds and the AI entity known as Leviathan. At times, players will also engage in special boss battles as part of the main story. Dino Survival mode will also change as the story progresses. You'll unlock new missions with a variety of objectives, including 10-player co-op, a multitude of dinosaurs to fight, and more maps. The game will also feature an assortment of unlockables and challenges. Modules can be used to enhance exosuits and modify active skills. These modules can be obtained by fulfilling certain conditions while you play the game. You can also personalize your appearance with a variety of cosmetics, such as exosuit skins, weapon skins, decals, and emotes. The game also features a special 5-player mission that changes weekly. Compete with squads from around the world for the fastest completion times, or by earning awards through achievements, like most damage block with a tank suit in battle. There are many ways to enjoy the game, even after completing the main story. We took your feedback into consideration as well. In the full version of Exoprimal, we plan to implement a mode where victory is determined by completing missions as quickly as possible, instead of direct combat with other players. We hope you look forward to that. Now, let's go over all the new info we just saw in the video. Who was that new face at the beginning? Meet Dr. Signs, the developer of the exosuits, and the head of Anchor Division, IBS's elite research group based on Bikitoa Island. The Stratovator, a space elevator that extends from the Anchor Division research facility into orbit, will also be a playable map. Incredible battles will unfold while exofighters and dinosaurs clash atop this massive space elevator. Players will even encounter dangerous mutations of dinosaurs, known as Neosaurs, the most deadly among them being the Neo T-Rex. You'll need to work together with your team to stand a chance at taking them down. Oh no, is that a swarm of Neo T-Rexes?
Oh no, is this a swarm?
What are the Leviathan's true intentions? Wait, what's the deal with this new exosuit? While it may look similar to Deadeye, this exosuit is a variant called Deadeye Alpha Burst Fighter. Unlike the default Deadeye, this variant comes equipped with a weapon that can burst fire or be used as a shotgun, allowing exofighters to change their style of play. Exosuit variants, including Deadeye Alpha, will be added in a title update following the full version's release. At the end of the video, we revealed Savage Gauntlet, a mode that lets you take on special 5-player missions that change weekly. In this mode, players can enjoy a change of pace from Dino Survival by competing against exofighters from all over the world for the fastest completion time. More info about exosuit variants and Savage Gauntlet will be revealed at the Xbox
If it's the last thing, that would be
Showcase
very unfortunate, Chad.
Be sure to tune in. And last
I
but
really
not
hope
least,
for the Resident Evil DLC. They didn't show
we're
Dragon's
excited to
Dogma?
announce
That would
that
be
we'll be
strange.
holding a second open beta test. This time, we're including additional story-related missions.
I mean, I'm not interested in
10-player
Exoprimal at
co-op
all,
missions,
so I can't tell you much
and
about
other
it.
adjustments
As
based
said,
on everyone's feedback.
do we have anime experts here in the
Check
chat?
out the official website for dates and times. We hope you're all excited to try out this new content. Players will also receive a new reward for participating. Don't miss out. We'll continue to make adjustments to Exoprimal, leading up to the game's launch on July 14th. Thank you again for all the feedback. We look forward to seeing you in the second open beta test. That's all we have for you today. See you in the War Games. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Next up is the last title we'll be showing off today.
Dragon's Dogma, here it is.
Hi everyone, my name is Hideaki Itsuno, and I'm the director of Dragon's Dogma 2. It's been over a year since we celebrated 10 years of Dragon's Dogma, and I can finally give you some more information about the new game. First, let's take a look at the trailer we revealed the other day.
Ihr befindet
And have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames?
You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen? Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen.
Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true.
Yeah, Dragon's Dogma had a very good reputation, and people are wanting a new game of that for a long time. Forgot what the twist was. There was a weird NPC twist in this game. It had cool fights and an interesting world and so on. You have like companions. It was a lot about fighting strange big entities as well, I think.
But it doth not release thee from thy fate.
Couldn't you send your companions like to other players and they could recruit them? Something like this. It was kind of unusual. But yeah, Dragon's Dogma.
What did you think?
Actually looks great.
The action RPG game Dragon's Dogma was released in 2012. Now, a decade later, I'm proud to share a look at the highly anticipated sequel, Dragon's Dogma 2. Today I want to talk about two characteristics that Dragon's Dogma 2 will inherit from its predecessor. First, Dragon's Dogma 2 will be a single-player game, but with pawns at your side, it will feel like co-op. And second, gameplay will feature action role-playing mechanics set in an open-world environment. In the Dragon's Dogma series, you embark on your adventures with pawns, otherworldly beings controlled by AI. Alongside the player-controlled Arisen, you can embark on your journey with a main pawn that can be customized to your liking, as well as up to 2 additional support pawns you can borrow from other players, to form a party of up to 4 characters. Pawns are controlled by the AI and are now capable of even more precise decisions than in the previous title, helping you in the midst of battle. They can also help guide you to new locations, or give you a high five following a successful battle. It really feels like playing in a party with other players. Dragon's Dogma 2 is built with the RE engine, resulting in a dense world woven with high graphical fidelity. You'll enjoy a world roughly 4 times the size of the original Dragon's Dogma, with more to experience than ever before. The characters and monsters that populate the world are given life thanks to the power of AI, and players will feel like they've been reborn in this vibrant fantasy world. You can look forward to a variety of vocations to choose from. Your vocation will shape your Arisen's role throughout the adventure. Will you take on enemies with swords? Magic? It's all up to you. We'll have much more to share in the future, but for now, I want to go over a few sections from the trailer that show what we've improved for Dragon's Dogma 2. This game is designed to enable players to take on situations in their own way. In addition to AI, advanced technology like immersive physics brings pawns, monsters, and NPCs to life. What would happen if you destroyed that bridge, or if you pulled that monster's leg? What other exciting possibilities can you think of? Meet 2 characters pivotal to the story that also appear in the game's key art. Ulrika, a bow wielder with a deep connection to the Arisen, and Nadinia, a high priestess of the Beast Ring, which appear in the series for the first time. What destiny awaits? How will they affect your fate? The intricate relationships and situations you will encounter in the game are sure to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, looks
During
pretty
your
good, I
adventure,
admit.
you will come across familiar monsters from the previous game, as well as new monsters.
Question is, do you need to
such
play
as
the
Medusa.
first game to play this
You
one
can look
yet, Chad?
forward to new player vocations and many new experiences.
Yeah, the
unique
companions
to
I
Dragon's Dogma
controlled
2.
and so on, but it worked pretty well, I think, in the original game as well.
Please stay tuned for more information. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Dragon's Dogma 2 will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam.
I found what I was looking for.
A quick look at the Capcom 40th Anniversary Sale. Kicking things off, we have well-known titles, such as Dragon's Dogma and the Ace Attorney series. Don't miss this opportunity to pick up a few of Capcom's most influential hits at some great prices.
Did they say when it comes out?
To celebrate, we're also offering a limited-time bundle of some of Capcom's major titles on Steam.
Dragon's Dogma?
That wraps up today's Capcom Showcase. Thank you
for
no
watching. DLC?
We're always working on new games and updates. Sad. And we hope you're as excited as we are for Capcom's 40th anniversary. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
I can't see a release date. Rage table flip.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Capcom Showcase post-show. I'm Andy, I'm on the community team at Capcom, and with me today we have Joe, also from the community team, and we have Nico. Nico, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey there, I'm Nico B. I'm a Capcom creator, as well as a creator over on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm really happy to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, so we just got done with the Capcom Showcase. What was everyone's favorite part in the chat? Let us know. I think mine has to be Exoprimal. I love changing the rigs. I love just seeing which rig goes into like which situation and everything.
Like the T-shirt with the different animation stage of stages of
so much good stuff
Ryu
in there.
doing the
Dragon's
Hadouken.
Dogma 2 for me. It's been very dear to my heart. Super excited for it. But yeah, lots of good stuff. How about you, Nico?
Oh, absolutely. It has to be Ace Attorney. I'm so thrilled to see Apollo coming back. He's thrilled to
okay, chat. That was unfortunate. I really am surprised because I thought, okay, Capcom has a run with Resident Evil 4. Potentially they announced something related, like I mean, is the DLC I think there was some events in the past that kind of confirmed that Capcom is working on like an Ada DLC. Because in the original game you could also play as Ada for some time, but it was part of the game if I remember correctly. Bibzuda has to correct me here. But I think they potentially make a full fleshed out DLC out of it, which would be very interesting to see. And more Resident Evil 4 is always great, I think.
Through that demo, there are 2 chapters in this demo. Really from the start of the game, you can get familiar with the characters, the game mechanics, just get a general sense of the vibe of it. And that brings us to what we're doing today, is walking us through it. And you know, we couldn't ask for a better person to join us, and that's Nico.
Oh heck yeah! Hopefully I can still remember how to do this. So
let's get into it.
All right, let's check it out.
Now there's a small Ada mission and her own campaign, Separate Ways. I think I'm not sure. Was he Separate Ways? Was this also something like a DLC? So the game was in the not DLC age, so I assume it was also part of the game, you just had to unlock it, right?
Just overall, just a really mysterious situation.
Or was it just a small expansion or something like that?
Before this, if you do play the demo, chapter 1 stars Lynn, and you're trying to save her, and now you're in this situation where you're trying to figure out, first, what's going on? Like, what's the scene? What's happening right now? And then you have to go into the puzzles, and it's to figure out why I'm not going to say his name, but why the dog there is on his back.
Yeah, Nico, who are we playing as in this scenario?
So this we're playing as Sissel. And by this point, he's already gotten at least a decent grasp on his ghost trick abilities. And he's already averted one fate.
Maybe just let the Capcom Showcase on YouTube. I'll let it run in the background one more time. Let me just refresh the page here. I think here it starts.
Anniversary. A big thanks to everyone for playing our games. It's thanks to our amazing fans that we can celebrate such a milestone. We look forward to
Yeah, you had to complete the main game first, but yeah, you had to exactly. You had to unlock the game inside it.
Now it's time to show off our latest titles at the Capcom Showcase.
There were the good times, I think, when stuff like this was just part of the main game. But I wouldn't mind a more sophisticated thing here. So yeah, this was this weird game, Path of the Goddess. That's really unusual, I think. Nobody had, like, it seems like a new IP or so. Very curious what the deal with this game is. But yeah, no Ada Wong stuff. That is very unfortunate, chat. Chat is also completely insane. Let me just think really quick, chat. I have to admit I'm still tired from eating. It looks like Sekiro. Distantly, yeah. I know what you mean, but of course Sekiro is less monster focused, I guess, with few exceptions.
Traditional Japanese aesthetics come to life through the power of RE Engine. Experience a unique blend of strategy and action in this epic tale.
Hopefully it's not like Resident Evil 8 where DLC comes out 1.5 years later. Yeah, that's also a bit my worry, to be fair. Maybe, I assume the DLCs have not that priority for Capcom or so. So that they have a small team and it takes forever to complete or so, I'm not sure.
Mega Man X Dive Offline is coming to Steam, iOS, and Android.
Yeah, this was the mobile game, so not that interesting. Street Fighter. It took, like, I was also surprised that Resident Evil 8 was so successful and the DLC came out like 5,000 years later. Okay, they were not planning any DLC when it released, but since it was so successful and people wanted, they made one. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I guess you might be right. I hope they plan on, but like there was like some mod DLC that allowed you to make Leon look like Ada, basically, and you could play as Ada. And it was cease and desist out of Nexus mods because Capcom potentially wants to do something similar. Which I'm not a fan of, to be fair. Like, I never don't like when you allow this. Like when big publishing company just bullies modders. I'm very curious to see. Who was that, chat? Don't recognize him. No idea. Will we see you in the stage for the Street Fighter 6 Pro Tour? No. I think I not in a million years I would have a chance to be good enough to compete there.
and World Warrior. The winners of each tournament
Like
it's World Finals.
I'm just too noobish for that.
Stay tuned to see which player will crush the competition and take home this year's championship. Next, we have news about Street
Like that some legends play there, like Daigo or so, who has played Street Fighter 2 competitively or on a pro level like 30 years ago or something like this. Like those people have far too much experience.
live on the Capcom Fighters JP channel on YouTube and Twitch. Don't forget about the Street Fighter League
On top of that, you know, I would need to play so much to just catch up, to even get close to the level these people are playing at. My knowledge is just far too limited. I know it's not a serious question, but yeah, VR mode for Resident Evil 4, unfortunately only on PlayStation VR 2, which is very unfortunate. Did I say unfortunately only for PlayStation VR 2, which is very unfortunate? I think I said it like this, but
Take aim as you fight to survive. RE4's cutting-edge knife action is a core part of the game, and the PlayStation VR2 Sense controller makes parrying even more intuitive. Experience extreme survival horror firsthand. Resident Evil 4 VR mode is a free DLC exclusive to PlayStation.
original Resident Evil 4 VR seems only for Oculus or something as well, so I don't get to play either. Depression.
Now on to the next game in today's lineup.
Yeah, here they said they delayed Pragmata. Seems it's about this girl here, kind of. You have to protect her? I don't know. Name's Diana. Oh, Resident Evil 7 is only for PlayStation, for PSVR 1? I personally don't have VR stuff here, so I can't play anyway, but if I had the money left, I have an index. Okay. That's pretty impressive, I think. Did you see the Apple VR thing? Or augmented reality thing, but I think it can also do VR. Which will cost like $3,500 or something like this. I imagine Diana's like your companion. I saw the Apple thing, yeah. Yeah, Index is a Valve one. Scary stuff. Very curious how the Apple stuff will go. Like, it's really hard to predict if it will be successful or not. Exactly. The Apple skiing Googles. Or the scuba diver Googles, or whatever you call them.
Here's the latest on the game.
I have to admit, I don't like the look of them, to be fair, but I think all VR headsets have this kind of problem.
And I can't wait for you to play it. But first, let's get started with this.
But yeah, people who tried, I think, the stuff already hands-on were pretty impressed with the Google thing from a technical side. And I also would assume when it's an Apple thing, did I say Google? Apple is always, when it comes to the technical side and comfort and usability, they are just absolutely top-notch. So I assume those things will be absolutely, on all these things, 10 out of 10 things. Of course, it will also be expensive. The question is, how many people have the money to buy this?
They will meet and change the lives of all sorts of people in all sorts of situations. Things may seem unrelated at first, but each person plays a vital role in society.
The augmented reality part scares me. I don't care that it's ugly. But you also think they look ugly, right? Ugly is maybe a strong word here.
It's been 30 years since we made the original game. And just like Cecil, I met
Do you buy a decently high-end PC or a silly Google? It's a tough choice, that is true. I mean, I already have a decent PC, but the problem is, how much would I use this? For what games would I use this? I guess I would only play Half-Life Alyx, and that's it, basically. So for that, it's not worth... I mean, The experience might be nice, but how often do I use this? So the cost and usefulness has to kind of align, I feel.
And one more thing, I practiced very hard for 2 weeks for this appearance. So should be
Chat, why I'm so tired? I don't know, because I ate too much.
Connect change their dark age of the
I'm just so surprised that they didn't show anything. And this was the Exo Primal thing.
Basically, the IB's godfather. He was responsible for the entire exosuit project.
You know, Anchor Division.
Yeah, I mean, because it's Apple thing, I guess it only works with Apple stuff. That is to be expected. Exactly. Waiting towards Blade Runner 2049 reality. Also fantastic film.
The fuel of the future. All this time, Hyzal is a side effect of time travel?
New York already has a Deus Ex Human Revolution gold filter. That's so true. Oh man.
I mean, look at this. It's a walking glob of stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Would prefer if it stays a sci-fi movie, yeah. I think you're right there, but I think we're still far away from the stuff, at least some of it. We don't have to deal with artificial life forms.
All Anchor project files have serial numbers. Look for anything starting with 181. That's the project code for Leviathan's core.
Okay, Doc.
Oh, gentlemen, I didn't get your names.
Gollum, the Hammerheads.
Well done. You fought desperately and survived. The perfect exosuit development project is nearing fruition. Activating Massacre Module. Summoning Neo T-Rex Swarm. This is all helping.
I don't only want to say fruitation when the word is fruition.
Fruition.
Is fruitation even a word? No. But frustration exists. Potentially there the idea comes for this word. Yeah, not much to say here. I really hope they would show like they do Resident Evil DLC. I mean, I never had any one of you take the Vogt Kampf test. So you're all potential androids, that's true. Good old Vogt Kampf test.
What did you think? That was a lot of new info. Before we dive in, I'd like to give a huge thanks to all the players who participated in the open beta test back in March. We were extremely pleased to have so many participants. Plus, you gave us a lot of invaluable feedback. We can't thank you enough. While only portions of the Dino Survival content were made available for the open beta test, today we'll be introducing more content included in the full game.
System error.
Let's take a look at what you can expect when Exo Primal launches on July 14th. Let's start
At least my internet's not striking today, which is good, I think.
Transported to the year 2040 and forced to participate in a never-ending series of war games. The story unfolds as you play through Dino Survival, the game's main mode. Gathering intel to update the analysis map unravels the mysteries surrounding parallel worlds and the AI entity known as Leviathan. At times, players will also engage in
AI entity
as part of the main story. Dino Survival Mode will also change as the story progresses. You'll unlock combos that change
in their own way. In addition to AI, advanced technology like immersive physics brings pawns, monsters, and NPCs to life. What would happen if you destroyed that bridge, or if you pulled that monster's leg? What other exciting possibilities can you think of? Meet two characters pivotal to the story.
This guy in the middle looks like from Dark Souls. From the second Dark Souls 3 DLC. Also these Ring Knights or whatever they're called, Ring City Knights.
What destiny awaits? How will they affect your fate? The intricate relationships and situations you will encounter in the game are sure to keep you on your toes. During your adventure, you will come across familiar monsters from the previous game, as well as new monsters such as Medusa.
It looks so good though. Have you seen the Cyberpunk trailer, Andres? I posted even on Discord.
Please stay tuned for more information. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hey, no problem, man. Monsters look terrifying. Yeah. There's something about this art style that kind of works very well in Dragon's You're not interested in Cyberpunk, but you have seen Blade Runner 2049?
Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam. And now, a quick look at the Capcom 40th Anniversary Sale. Kicking things off, we have well-known titles, such as Dragon...
Okay, chat, that's basically it. So in the meantime, we watched the Starfield trailer. Again. Now I'm curious what Andres has to say. I'm a huge fan of sci-fi games, except Star Wars: The Old Republic. Have you seen the Star Wars Ubisoft trailer? Where was it, chat? Mirage? Okay, here, this guy. Movie's another thing, okay. Well, have you seen the Star Wars trailer? So coming back, this looked really good. In case people haven't seen it yet, we can just run it here in the background again.
So to free herself.
The Ubisoft thing, yeah, it was over 2 hours ago. I also streamed it here. Come on, stop talking. Sorry for Gib Ton. It is... I'm not sure if it's an actual RPG. I think it's more an open world action adventure. Maybe some RPG element. And this little critter here, wait a moment. Okay, the live stream is not in 4K, chat. We have to improvise here. One moment, chat. Let's check the gameplay. This here is in 4K, chat. Of course, we watch stuff here in 4K. It doesn't help much, but it should make it more crisp. Caps not intended, no problem, man. I think if you would have written a longer message, the bot would have banned you, though. Not banned, but timeouted. Well, here's the beginning of it. I hope the image quality looks a bit better now, because... yeah, high bitrate. The axolotl in the spotlight, exactly. We learned that it's an exotic animal from a mysterious planet or so, which we don't know much about. And this is the protagonist of the Star Wars game. I also want to point out this footage here, 60 FPS, 4K. And you see that the footage is 60 FPS, not 30 like the Starfield stuff. And they already said on Xbox Series X, Starfield will only be 30 FPS. I complained about this previously, in case you've watched the other stream as well. This is actually interesting that Star Wars Jedi Survivor also has the companion interaction on RB, same as here. But you can now send your little friend here to push the button.
Nice one.
And here we can cling on to thing.
Tight, little buddy.
Great stealth approach. Tap them on the shoulder and give them a right hook. Yeah, I like how she shakes her hand after it.
I was just leaving. Okay, we'll figure this out.
Some said that the shooting doesn't look too great. I would agree, it looks very simple, but there's elements like this here with a shield, where she has to do something else. Let me just go back in time. What does she select here? Focused module. Stun mode. What is a focused module? No idea. Did she shoot still in a holster? I think she did.
I was just
Yeah,
leaving.
I think this is the scene, right? No, she pulls it out very fast. It really looks like it, though. She teleports the gun. Look, here the teleport happens. Teleport gun.
Okay, we'll figure this out.
Quickest draw in the West. Yeah, she can even teleport. Maybe she has a force as well. And I said, no Jedi, finally. Not that I don't like Jedis, but sometimes I feel like Star Wars is a little bit too Jedi heavy. It's Han Solo special. But yeah, you shoot. They said in the interview that there's a different fire mode. Blaster module, focused module. I'm not sure what the difference there is. But they said in the interview that it's not her preferred way to go for the shooting, and she can use a blaster, but it's not what she's best at her life. She's more sneaking, stealthing, stealing stuff.
Hey Nick!
Is this a game that would potentially interest you, Andres?
This is getting bad.
From his point of view. But then you would have to be angry all day. And then we could just play Street Fighter. The Nix is the name. N-I-X in German. Nix is the slang word for nothing. Das geht dich nix an. Something like this.
I think that went pretty well, right?
And we have a swoop bike. Is there a name for it?
Well, right?
Mount Speeder. It just says Speeder, okay. It is a speeder bike then. I probably would only watch gameplay and stuff playing myself.
Oh, these guys don't quit.
Was too slow. And now we can make jokes in 2 languages that are not funny. This here I also didn't understand, but here you see she has, I assume you can press down, then you get an ability. She has the Max Payne ability, I think. She can slow down the time. And now she, you basically the quick draw thing.
That was close.
Get to safety. Done.
Where are you?
Waiting for you at Jauntus Hope.
Yeah, Jauntus Hope. That's where we go next.
Should I assume we won't be working for the Pikes anytime soon?
Wait, Germans have jokes?
Well, they'll probably forget.
They have, but they're not funny. That's the problem. Slow-mo and aimbot. Yeah, exactly. In Jedi Survivor there was a similar ability, which I never used, but there the last ability of the blaster stance, you could also slow down the time, I think, and then basically make a quick draw. And that's exactly the sound that it made. Can't repeat it though. But looks pretty good, to be honest. Like, look at this. Wiggles a bit slow here, but that can be fixed. Okay, to be fair, here the frame rate is potentially... Maybe it's just the animation of her jacket that has a really weird looking animation. The map... Was there a map that we have seen? Or is this just... Do you mean in general?
There's Jauntus Hope. We made it, Nix.
But yeah, it's an Ubisoft game. We always have to keep this in mind. Look at all the wind in the background. I mean, what she drove over, yeah, looks like a bit like Far Cry. Yeah, this is basically Far Cry in Star Wars, I would assume. It was a bit more stealth focused.
You're late, Kay. Doc is waiting.
What? Are you worried?
No.
But the cutscenes are competently done. Good voice acting.
No, but you Troy.
It's Star Wars. No Jedi.
Be careful. Donka's a broker, not a friend. She can't be trusted.
Yeah, it's an Ubisoft game.
Can out here. See you back at the ship.
Yeah, it could be the Ubisoft formula back again, that's true. However, wait till you see the next section, chat. Then it becomes surprising, I would say.
I still like my odds. Kay Vess. Back already. I told you she's fresh, but she's good.
Who's this?
Just a friend. Join us.
Job was more complicated than you said, Dunka.
You lived. Hey, these are toys. They're investments.
What is this, though?
Wait. We haven't met.
Don't really know many of you.
Stealing illegal contraband, running with syndicates. I could say you're a threat to the Empire. But I won't have to if you're smart.
I would just shoot her right now. To be fair.
Thanks, but I'm smart enough to get myself out of trouble.
You pay the tax just like everyone else.
Whoa, kid, let's just relax.
You won't make it off to Shara alive.
Maybe.
$2,500 credits. Sure, we share our hard-earned money with the pesky Imperial.
That Imperial announcement.
This little lady sounds like my aunt. Has been smoking for 50 years.
I told you not to trust her.
Not the first time we've outrun the Empire.
Is what I thought. However, look at this now. Now it becomes interesting, kind of.
We need to leave.
Yeah, no kidding.
Swoosh. And look at this. It seems like you can control your ship and go to space and then fight there. Isn't that amazing, chat? I think that is really amazing.
Are we good?
Nothing on the sensors yet.
Anybody on the sensors now?
There is, as we in Germany would say, space combat.
Got one.
I think it's very simple.
Thanks, I'm working on it.
But it's kind of cool, I have to admit. Star Wars, the Old Republic also has space stuff.
Indeed.
But does it also have no cutscene or transition stuff?
Let's jump.
But that didn't look so great. There are not many games that do seamless transition from an open world into space, chat. I assume there will be limitations though to this, because otherwise we would have Star Citizen stuff here. Or what's the other game called? No Man's Sky, they can also do it. I don't know many games where you can actually do this in our modern day and age.
Got your new toy.
Yeah, she stole one of those. Look at that.
So, where do we go next?
Anywhere we want.
To boldly go where no one has gone before, or something like this. Wrong franchise, by the way. And look at this, there are also other places. Tatooine, maybe? Pretty cool. Not so cool. ATS. Here, this planet, chat. This place here. I don't want to interrupt here the mood of the trailer, but isn't this from episode 9? There's somebody in chat who is a huge Star Wars fan and has vast knowledge of places in Star Wars, in the Star Wars universe, know what this place is called. I think you can explore some planets at least. And of course, the only downside to all of this.
Star Wars Outlaws, coming 2024.
I like how we said this. The only downside to this is that it plays again in the Galactic era, however it's pronounced. I know less than nothing about the Star Wars universe. That's unfortunate. Let us look it up then. Pure Pazak? That is the name of this place? Pazak is a card game, right? I forgot all the planet names. Pure Pazak. Episode 9. Let's look it up. Story. A show of the Force, blah blah blah. Screenshots that help me out. Blah blah blah. Desert, nonsense, snake. Here she is. Post reunion with Sorry Bliss on Kijimi is the name of this planet. Let me just... How do I do this, chat? Kijimi. Let's hope it is the right place and we don't have to look in it further, but... So this is the legendary Wikipedia. But yeah, if we look at this here, you probably won't see it, but it looks very similar to the place to this here. Come on! Stop it! You haven't seen episode 9? Good on you. It's absolutely terrible. It's the reason I'm not that interested in Star Wars anymore, but you see the similarity here. It looks a bit different, but it's also Snow Eye. It reminded me heavily of this, so I assume it's Kijimi, whatever it's called. Kijimi City is the capital. Do we have a screenshot? There's no screenshot of this here? Potentially because they claim it otherwise, right? Oh god, why is it so difficult to find stuff these days? Kijimi City, images. Okay, StarWars.com database entry for Kijimi. You see this door here and so on? This looks very similar to the next scene, I think. See this? I just want to point out how good it... let's not overdo it here, but it really reminded me of this scene. I thought this looked kind of cool in the episode 9, but even though I don't like the film, but this was one of the places I at least kept in my mind. But I've watched it only once. I have, but I don't remember any planet with that name. Yeah, it's not that important. I have to admit I have no idea what they even do on this planet anymore because I also erased everything, but I remembered this scene here. And I'm very good at memorizing some stuff that is completely unnecessary, unfortunately. It would be great if I could memorize necessary and useful stuff, but I can only memorize unnecessary stuff that's not useful. Stopped after The Last Jedi. Good decision, but I'm sorry that you had to see 7 and 8 as well, because I also hate those films. 7, 8, and 9 basically killed the Star Wars fan inside me. So, yeah. Since then, I have never really looked into Star Wars. Again, except for maybe Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. I know memorizing the useless stuff, yes. It's a gift, but also a curse, as Mr. Monk would say. It's Hobbiton in the future, Chris. Oh no, it's so cold in the Shire now. But yeah, I just want to say it looks pretty cool here. Let me just do this here. Why do we have this ugly bar here at the side? It could be white. Whatever. Let's make it like this. Seven was just overblown nostalgia. Didn't like it. Yeah, I agree on this. It's a bad version of episode 4. There's also stupid stuff in it. Rogue One, I have to admit, was pretty decent. In comparison, I even found the Solo film pretty okay. Yeah, it was. You could have fun with the Solo. It felt more Star Wars than a lot of the other stuff we saw. Long story short, though, this looks pretty good. Also, I have to admit this explosion here at the end, I kind of like this. Look at this. I don't know what it is. It looks kind of a bit cheap, but also kind of cool.
Star Wars Outlaws.
Did watch a Solo film, yeah. I only disliked the ending stuff, but that is just nothing to do with the film or with the general direction of. That was even in the there was some story idea of the Lucas era. You should at camp. Remember the Death Star? I mean, it's a Star Wars game, so they always have to do the nostalgia stuff. So if we would now search on YouTube, I know that sounds crazy. Starfield gameplay. Let's see if we see from official side. This here is also in 4K.
Creatures.
But if you look here, you see that after 4K, there is no FPS number. If we now click right here and click for the stats for nerds, that's us, and we see it's only at 30 FPS.
Encounter.
Like, what year is it, chat? I mean, I appreciate that they at least upload their footage at 4K, but why is it not 60 FPS? Like, I feel like we're talking about Bethesda and Microsoft here, one of the biggest gaming companies on the planet. Not the biggest, but one of the biggest.
Or and plans to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environment.
Also like how Killswitch wrote, screams, "Member Death Star" to me. Let me just make sure if I don't overlook. Is there a shorter gameplay? GameSpot? It's also in 4K. Here's a question is also 30 FPS. This is the actual trailer. Just want to make sure I use the official trailer from the official homepage. It's 1 year ago. Starfield official gameplay trailer from Bethesda Software. That's the official homepage. "30 FPS. That's for nerds.
Always hunted for
30 FPS.
in the unknown. The wonder is not that the field of stars is so vast, but that we have measured it.
And the reason for this is, by the way, always like your videos, the reason for this is that they announced that on Xbox Series X, and as I assume they said something like recorded on Xbox X, in-game footage, just say in-game footage, it will be on 60 FPS there. And 30, not on 60. Both will be locked at 30. And that I find personally a strange decision. I guess on PC it will be a 60, or it can be 60 if your system manages to process all of this.
Out there. You're part of Constellation now.
But here, you see in the background, the camera thing. Look at the background, how stuttery it is.
Part of our family.
Because it's 30 FPS. Yeah, this also stutters slightly.
We do not fully understand all that is at work here.
No finer group in the stars to be unraveling this mystery.
It looks good though. I like the art style kind of.
From here on out,
And the designs, the art direction.
I love this part.
Pretty good. This looks like the slipstream drive from the Andromeda series.
Everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is.
And there's a Stargate in the game. You will see it, I think, somewhere in the trailer.
Human settlements throughout the galaxy could be at risk.
We are not stopping. Whatever lies at the end of this road will change.
Soon the biggest if
forever.
The Activision Blizzard I get through. Soon the biggest if. Okay, now I get the. I thought there would be.
This is where we belong.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. If Sony would still be bigger. I mean, on paper, Microsoft as a company is 10 times as big as Sony, so it's no comparison. But Sony is market leader.
lies at the end of this.
Here's a Stargate, by the way. This is a Stargate scene, I mean. There's really a Stargate in this
change
game.
humanity forever.
Yeah, if they allow modding, there will be a Star Wars mod for sure.
This
But it seems that Andres is pretty hyped.
we belong.
At least she wrote an excited. Ooh. That was all the excitement I could lay into it.